In this demo, I would like to demonstrate about the defaulting rules. We use the defaulting rules to minimize the manual data entry. So we want to make the process easy. We want to have some default values populated automatically. So this helps us minimizing the manual errors which could be done at the data entry stage. So to define any defaulting rules, we first need to enable the include in default condition options in the default window, and there's a one checkbox which is available, and we have to define the condition template, and then we have the third steps would be defining the rules for that template condition what we have defined, and finally running a program to make our new entry activate. We have to run a program called generate default handler package. So there are the 4 steps would be required to make our default enable. So for example, the requirement I have is anytime the order type, which is my order type, is PK order type, then the date entered should be always 4 days ahead of the system date. The system date is now, today is 04 March 2010, but 4 days from the system date should be 8th March 2010. That's the requirement. I mean, anytime I choose the order type, then the date ordered should be always 4 days ahead of the system date. So that's the requirement I have. So there is a great probability that the associate who creates the sales order may forget whenever you choose the order type, you may forget giving the order date as an 08. He just probably go with the date what it just comes up. So the manual error could happen. The scope would be great. So I'm not saving this. So what? Okay, this card. Okay, I'm just going to the window where I can define my defaulting rules. Defaulting rules is not available everywhere. It's only limited. Oracle has defined for few things. So to go there, I have to. The navigation would be the order management, super user, setup, rules, defaulting. So this opens the defaulting rules window. Well, as I said, I just queried all. As I said, it is not there for in all the applications, and it's not there for all the entities. It's there for the line payments, it's there for the order header, it's there for the order line, it's there for the order payment. That's it. I mean, they are the only four places where we have this defaulting rules can be set. So I want to set it at the header level, so I'm just need to go to that specific location. And one thing to be noticed is defining the condition template. This is the second step what we have, where we have to define our condition template. This is associated at the header level. Defining rules is associated at the line level. So when we have defining a header level, that is defining the condition template at the header level, this would be applied. This would be whatever the defined default condition template which we define, that can be used on any of the attributes but you have to, when you are defining a default rules, you have to be very specific to which field you want to do that. So if you want to do it to ship items, then you should make sure that your cursor is in ship field before you define a defaulting rules to ship items. So the first thing, we have to make sure that whatever the option we want to do it for the date order. So we just need to go to that particular attribute. So we have okay, we have ordered date. In the sales order form, we have in a date order. So the name might be here and there. It can change, it can differ, but you can still make it out. So you just need to make sure that this particular option is enabled. So it's already enabled, so I don't need to check it anymore. It's already checked. Now I want to define my condition template, and one thing to be noticed is there are the few things which are seeded, that cannot be changed, that cannot be it doesn't gives you an option to make any changes to the seeded one, or it don't gives us a flexibility even to edit. I cannot edit this. I can just see these options which are seeded, but the options which were already exist, it can be deleted, it can be changed at any time, but I want to create the new one. So that would be pk defaulting condition. I'm just giving the same in the description as well. Validation rule is when to apply, and I mean at what time this should execute. So I'm just giving just one condition that this should happen. The attribute value is about list of an attribute has been given, but I'm just choosing this order type has to be equal to the order type which we defined. So we have something like defined pk order header, so I'm just choosing this one. Okay, save this. Okay, we have this default condition template created. I close this. Now, as I said, when you are defining a default rule to a specific field, you should make sure that your cursor is in that particular field, and then click on the button. So it opens that. The lesser precedence would have the higher preference, would have the highest priority. So I have to make sure that I change this value to something first. So I'm changing into the 30. So the moment I save this value, it would give you a message, it give you a note saying that you need to run this program. So this is the first step, and I mean it always, I mean whenever you make any changes in the defaulting rules, it always gives you this option. It's something like a note, but you can, this moment, like I'm just ignoring this message. We would do it later on. I made this change. I'm giving something which is less than the value 30, and I'm getting the one which I have defined, the pk default condition. Now I'm telling what all the things to be executed, a sequence. So this is what value has to become. So the sourcing type is select the it's the system variable. So I want, you can give it anything like the constant or anything. So my requirement, as I said, it should be system day plus 4 days. It's done. System plus 4. I think it's a sysdate. Okay, it saves. Okay, it gives me this message again. I don't want system to give me this message again and again. I'm just running this program. It submits some request. If you want, you can just note that request ID, but not needed. These programs generally finish very quickly, so I think this is already ready. So we can just check it out, the sales order. So now I give the order type the PK order headers, and then I see what date it gives in the date field. It is supposed to give sys date, that is the 4th March 2010 plus 4, that would be the 8th March 2010. There are different forms which were available to open the same sales order form. There's a 04 March 2010 which was given. There's nothing in the order type field. Now let me give the one. See, the moment I have given my order type and moved into some other field, it has just got the value which was there from the default rules. So this is very important, very interesting and very useful feature which was available to minimize the data entry errors. Thank you so much.